So there are some habits that you need to adopt immediately if you want to be successful this year. So in this video, I'm going to give you 5 habits that virtually every single successful person has adopted. So let's get to it. Hey, and welcome to Music Space, where we help working musicians just like you learn how to quickly and easily make a living with your craft. So if you're new here to the channel, hit that subscribe button and the notification bell. That way you'll be notified when new videos are uploaded. So it's crucially important to develop good habits if you want to be successful. As an artist or a musician, you understand that developing habits like practicing and learning music have a direct impact on the success you have in your career. And we have to consciously choose habits that align with our goals, because otherwise we sort of fall into habits that just sort of become habits by default. And most of those default habits don't benefit us much. Did you know that 95% of everything you do is a result of habit? That tells you better be cognitive about the habits that you adopt. But there are particular actions and habits that have become so synonymous with success that virtually every single person that has become successful has used them in some form or fashion. So while you're in the process of leveling up, of growing your business, of making a name for yourself with your skills, these habits should become the foundation of all of that so that you ensure your chances of success. So let's get into the top 5 habits that all successful people use to become successful and maintain that success. And all of these are extremely important, so make sure you watch to the end to get all of them. Okay, so habit number 1 that all successful people use is they take action. Look, at the end of the day, it's only actions that produce results. It's not the waiting for things to be perfect. It's not the sitting around and analyzing things, and it's not the laziness. It's the action that gets you where you want to be, period. And let's be honest, you've probably been sitting in that waiting till I have all my ducks in a row kind of period for a while. You have some ideas right now that you're sitting on and you're just waiting for the perfect time to implement them, and you've made all sorts of excuses as to why you haven't done it yet. The bottom line is you have to take action on those ideas if you want to achieve any sort of success. Successful people understand that it's the doing and it's the movement that yields results. They don't sit around waiting for things to be just right. They take action immediately and they do it without fear. So I dare you, take one of those ideas that you have in your mind right now and take action on it today. Now, right before we get to the next habit, if you're getting value out of this video so far, do me a quick favor and hit the subscribe button and the like button on this video. Go ahead and do that now. That lets me know that you appreciate this type of content, and it lets me know what type of content to make for you in the future. Okay, so the next habit that all successful people adopt is they adopt the habit of taking risks. So taking action does not come without risk. Even if you did the thing of waiting until you had everything perfectly before you took action, there would still be some risk with the action that you take. But successful people become comfortable with taking risks. They don't even really see taking action as a risk. They just see it as part of the game of becoming successful. And they don't even really think about it much. Like in the same way, if you drive a car or ride a bike, or if you gig with your own personal equipment, you're aware of the possible danger of having an accident or getting your equipment stolen, but you don't even really think about it that much because what you have in your mind is the goal that you're trying to get to. And you intuitively understand that doing the things like riding a bike or driving a car or gigging with your own equipment gets you to a particular goal. And I want to be clear about this. It's not that successful people haphazardly take risks, they take calculated risks. But this calculation skill that they have is so familiar to them that they can almost immediately determine if an action is worth taking. So if you're going to be successful, you're going to have to take some risks. You're going to have to risk being told no. You're going to have to risk people criticizing you. And you're going to have to risk not being certain of how things are going to turn out. But this is all a part of the game of success. And if you want to achieve success, you are going to have to take some risks. Now, the next habit that all successful people adopt is they don't believe in failure. Now, this is a huge reason as to why successful people find it easy to take action and take risks. To them, there is no failure involved. At worst, to them, they see any lack of success as a learning or growth experience. You know, one of the most successful people and one of the most greatest minds of our time, Thomas Edison, the inventor of the light bulb, was asked by this reporter how it felt to fail 1,000 times before he invented the light bulb. His reply was, "I didn't fail 1,000 times. The invention of the light bulb is a 1,000-step process." And that's just a boss level way of viewing actions that don't result in immediate success. But this is how successful people think. They don't see failure. They see a learning and growth experience. And this is a habit that you need to adopt really quickly on your path to success, because if you don't, you will see any perceived defeat as a sign of failure, and you'll most likely want to give up. So you have to learn to see failure as something different, like a learning or growth experience, if you are going to be successful. Now, the next habit that all successful people adopt is they don't care what other people think. Successful people understand that if you're sitting around worried about and thinking about what other people may think of the actions you take, you're never going to get really far in life. And this is a huge issue for us artists and musicians. We perform with the thought of other people's opinions in our minds all the time. But the reality is, those actions and risks that we just talked about are not going to always meet other people's standards. And that's okay. It's not their life. They don't know what's best for you. What may be right for them may be completely wrong for you. And people's standards and expectations change regularly anyway, but you're the one that gets stuck with the results. So they have this standard, and then you do the things they approve of to meet this standard, and then that standard changes. And you're stuck over here like, oh, I thought this is what I was supposed to be doing. Successful people understand this, and they literally have 0 F's to give about anybody's thoughts and opinions about their actions, especially people who aren't important to them. So what other people think about your actions have to not matter to you if you want to be successful. Okay, so the next habit that all successful people adopt is they take responsibility. Now, a lot of people confuse taking responsibility with taking blame. And while these terms are sometimes used interchangeably, they mean something very different when it comes to success. Successful people understand that taking responsibility is about being in control of the role you play in your own success. What happens is unsuccessful people sit around and place the responsibility and blame on others for their lack of success. They feel like they're being cheated and like the world owes them something. They feel that the reason they haven't gotten their big break is because someone came along and stole all of the opportunities from them. The successful person thinks the opposite of this. They know that if they want something, they have to be the ones to go get it. They understand that no one owes them anything and nothing is going to be handed to them, and it's going to be them that's in charge of making things happen. This is what successful people do. They make themselves accountable for their actions and their success. So if you want to be successful, you have to adopt the habit of taking responsibility. So taking actions, taking risks, not believing in failure, not caring what other people think, and taking responsibility are all top-level habits of successful people. And they all are habits that you need to adopt right now if you want to be successful this year. So today's question of the day is more of a to-do because these habits are immensely important. So what I want you to do is write in the comments of this video a single action that you're going to take in the next few days that's going to contribute to your success. It doesn't need to be this huge action or anything. In fact, something simple is probably best. But write down in the comments a single action that you're going to take that's going to contribute to your success. And listen, thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope that it was helpful for you. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell. And here are some other videos that you can check out right now.